Hey everyone, Chicago Bears Daily here back with another video. My name is Eric. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that preseason game against the Chiefs here. Even though our starting unit on both offense and defense looked a little bit disappointing, keep in mind here that especially for the offense, actually and the defense, they're going through all new game plan, all new coaching, and all new schemes and all new plays. So it's going to take a minute to get their feet wet. That's the hope at least. Seeing Mahomes go down there and shred the defense up, while it's not something you like to see, keep in mind he does do that often to teams. We would prefer it to not be us, but especially for a first game, that's tough. So maybe give the guys a little bit of slack here. Not too much slack, but that's just how that goes. That first team offense really didn't look good, really didn't look too polished. There were some great throws by Fields. There were some great catches by both Mooney and Tajae Sharpe, which were it's very encouraging to see, especially with our banged up and already thin wide receiver group. The thing that I really want to focus on here is the fact that, to my knowledge here, there was no penalties in the offensive unit. No penalties at all. No holding, no false start, no... just nothing, no hands to the face, nothing ticky-tacky that would kill a drive. Now, we need to make better plays here to keep a drive going, obviously, but I can recall last year there were a lot of times on both offense and the defense where false starts would happen. I remember Jason Peters, I think it was like 2 or 3 plays in a row on the left side there, that big boy, he would jump and then it'd be a false start, and then all of a sudden go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20, something 1st and 15, and there's a holding and 1st and 20. So those penalties, that to me that shows that coaching is playing a factor here. And coaching, that's like an attention to detail type of thing for the coaching, and that's a head coaching thing too. He keeps the guys disciplined, and discipline is where you start. Discipline is where you build good habits on both sides of the ball. Discipline is where you kind of build that confidence. So that's something that I was actually encouraged to see. I think actually in the whole game, there was only a few penalties, and it was on the second and third stringers. So it's kind of exciting to see. And obviously we have kind of a small sample size and the situational football and all of that. But to me, it's encouraging to see that at least there's some right now, personally, I'm taking all that I can get. I'm taking anything, any sort of positivity from this game. I'm taking it and I'm running with it, because to go from last year penalties, I should have looked up actually. We were probably one of the more penalized teams in the league, and especially when you're making that's the thing. If you're starting a drive and you're not making penalties, and all of a sudden you're driving down the field, you're almost within scoring distance, and you actually feel the offense is rolling a little bit. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, Fields threw a 30-yard bomb to Mooney, and oh no, it was offensive holding. And then all of a sudden it's like, all right, well, instead of gaining 30 yards, you're going back 10. And those kind of penalties, they can be a real momentum killer. And we got hit with it more than I can remember. We got hit with these penalties where we're sitting here all hyped up about a good play, or even all about hyped up that the offense is kind of moving and we're having a good, productive drive going, and then all of a sudden a penalty goes, and the drive stalls out, and we punt it away. And that happened time and time again last year. We would always be punting off these penalties. So to me, it speaks volumes. And again, we do only have a limited sample size here. They only played, I think, Fields, the first team only played really realistically like 2 drives, I think, maybe 3. But hey, 3 drives, penalty free, I'll take it. And if that can kind of set the pace for the rest of the preseason and rest of the season, then, obviously we're going to have penalties. You can't expect no penalties, but if we're gonna come in here with a bunch of guys who are disciplined, they're not going to jump, they're not going to hold, they're not going to do anything illegal, no hands to the face, on both sides of the ball. And I remember last year, that Steelers game, that primetime Steelers game, I think it was Robert Quinn, I believe, and others actually. They were lined up in the neutral zone. They were jumping off sides. And on defense, these are killers, because this is just, this gives them 1st and 10 to 1st and 5. You know, it's easy gains. And if it's 3rd and 4 and you jump off sides, and that's just an automatic first down. So, you know, this is what I'm saying. I think a lot of this discipline comes into coaching. I think these guys are kind of working on this in practice, and I hope they are. I really do, because if they are, then it's showing. It's showing improvement. It's showing, you know, no ticky-tacky penalties. We're not gonna go very far with these ticky-tack penalties, and we're still gonna get hit with bullshit from, you know, things that we don't believe that should be called. There's probably things on the other teams that we believe should be called. That hit against Fields, I'm still pissed about it, when he was sliding and gave himself up and there was no call, especially because I've seen much less get called, much less get called, and then it's pretty ridiculous. But I'm going to focus on us not getting penalized. No more stupid mental mistakes to stall out a drive or keep an opposing offense going. No more of that. We're going to be, I really would love to see us become one of the least penalized teams in the NFL. I think that's step one. That is something that we can control on our team, and that starts with coaching. So if Eberflus can really cut down on the penalties this year, the mental mistakes, then I'm giving him a passing grade for the season. That's kind of how I'm going to judge it, at least going into the season. That's kind of my baseline. I would love to see less penalties, less stupid penalties, less drive-ruining penalties, and just overall, like, smart football and clean, polished football. Even if our offense isn't going to go right away, and even if our defense is going to not look the best right away, less penalties, that's going to be a focus that I want to see personally. Feel free to comment down below what you would like to see from Eberflus, from the coaching staff. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But I really do believe that this is going to be a good start for the coaching, for Eberflus. He seems like a head-on-straight kind of guy, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the season to start. Game is on Thursday. I looked it up. We are playing the Seahawks in Seattle, so I'm looking forward to that. No more Russell Wilson. Maybe that's more of a team on our level. Playing the Chiefs' first preseason game, you know, it's a little bit tough. So I'm hoping we can at least be better than the Seahawks. We should be better than the Seahawks, but it's you know, at least it's more like our range of team. So we'll get maybe a more accurate picture of where we're at when we play this team. So I'm looking forward to it. The season is almost here. I can't fucking wait. Let's go. Feel free to drop a comment if you have any thoughts. Hit that like button and subscribe. We do appreciate the support. It's Bears Talk and only Bears Talk, and we are looking forward to this season. I will see you in the next video, and go Bears.